This story is about Revati, a homemaker and a mother of two girls. Each day, she is faced with multiple tasks and with various demands by her family, which, even if is hectic, she still manages to accomplish all of it. Despite all her efforts, her family is not convinced and torments her with verbal and physical abuses. After a while, she starts showing signs of depression. Let's look into one such day. Revati is in the kitchen.
Oh no, I've burned the food. How could I do this? If if they come to know about this, they'll kill me for sure. I'll have to do everything before that. Okay, I'll start with this. But will I finish it on time? I don't know what to do.
Revati, fetch me that balm and iron my sari. Hurry up!
Revti, I want my breakfast now.
How long should we wait? Don't you know that I have a function to attend?
When are you going to do your things on time?
Infuriated, her husband pulls her hair and slaps her, but she doesn't say a thing.
I want my things on time, or else you will know who I really am. Mind it.
They barge out from the room. Revati tries to cook meat for her husband again, but feels dejected. She goes to the room where she is confronted by her children.
Ma, why didn't you wake us up? We both had an exam today. Nowadays, she doesn't even help us with our homeworks.
As days pass by, she fails to do the household chores, and her mother in law and husband keep abusing her. Her insecurity increases day by day, and she starts having suicidal thoughts.
I'm tired of all this. I have done everything to win over their affection. But they just don't care for me. There's no point living like this. It's better if I die. And they're not going to lose anything. They'll be more than happy if I die.
Hi, my name is Shruti Elizabeth Jacob and I am from the Department of Occupational Therapy, Manipal. Today, I will be talking about occupational therapists and how we as OTs can involve in occupational injustices like domestic violence. So, OT practitioners work with the survivors as well as the family members who have sustained injuries or disabilities as a result of domestic violence, chosen to remain and rebuild the relationship in which abuse has occurred in the past, or decided to leave the abusive relationship and reconstruct their lives. Actions that OT practitioners can take would be: first, filing a report to the local law enforcement agency or protective services. Second, interviewing, evaluating, and providing interventions without the abuser's presence so that the affected person has the opportunity to discuss the situation in a relatively safe environment. Third would be talking to the person about healthy relationships and addressing areas of occupations like daily activities, work, etc. Anything that the person would be interested or doing on a daily basis. Fourth would be respecting the person's perception of the relative danger of the situation of her life and well being of the other family members. Fifth would be providing service the person with the phone number of the area domestic violence hotline. Sixth would be abiding by setting safe precautions to determine if it is appropriate to conduct a home visit. Seventh and the last one would be assertive training. Assertive training can be used if the person has endured any mental health issues due to the domestic violence. So assertive training, it is a method that is used by therapists in building the patient's self-esteem and helping her express herself positively. So it is usually used for depression patients or depressive phase of bipolar disorder, anxiety disorder or adjustment disorder.
Hi, this is Jesslyn from the Department of Occupational Therapy. I'll be talking about treatment plan for Revati. Firstly is to demonstrate adequate self-care skills independently. That is by taking time to look after herself or by doing something that she enjoys in can really support her recovery and can help improve her quality of life. Making a to-do list for each day can keep herself motivated. Keeping a mood journal in which she can easily express her moods and emotions can help improve her mental health. As she suffers with sleeplessness, planning a strict sleep schedule and also by limiting naps can be effective. Secondly, is through group interventions. Group therapy is very effective for the client as it encourages her verbal and non-verbal communications and also helps to facilitate her social interactions. Thank you.